welcome back to the 6th episode of the movie Morons, the Halloween edition. Ooh.
Alright, y'all ready?
Sure. Yes.
So in this episode, we're gonna be starting off with the topic of, because it's a spooky Halloween episode. Just literally a generalized opinion of horror movies or thrillers or scary movies. So Ryan, do you want to start? Because you've probably seen more horror movies than me or Cole combined.
I'm flattered.
I'm flattered. I'm Justin.
So, for a very long time, I didn't like horror movies. I never watched them. I didn't watch anything.
What?
But now, because I got scared by... We'll talk about that later, actually. But now I do watch a lot of horror movies. I go to the theater to watch them. I buy them because I like being scared. I used to not like it, but I like the thrill of being scared. It makes me feel alive.
Do you not normally
feel alive often?
No. Seeing a scary movie and like screaming in the theater is awesome.
It is great.
And I love it.
Do you have any opinions about, like, is that the end of your...
I love it. It just makes me... It makes me feel good.
Your opinion of horror movies is you love them. No matter what they are, blanket statement, you love horror movies.
Because either they're bad, which is entertaining enough for me to watch, they're good, which means they're actually a good movie and then I get scared by them. Or they're just nothing. There's no in between.
You get it?
And the characters are great. I love how generic they are. I don't have to figure shit out like that.
That's... Really? You actually like that?
Sometimes, yeah. Thrillers are different than a horror, though.
Mm-hmm.
Thrillers like Gone Girl.
Oof.
Which obviously, thriller might be my favorite kind of movie. It
Really?
makes me think. When I watch them, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Agreed.
I like that. I like figuring shit out. I'm a
just said you
thinker.
like not figuring things
That's
out.
for a horror movie. This is a thriller.
So you can actually decide what you want out of a movie based on what the movie is.
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing that makes you move.
I'm a fucking god.
Crazy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's probably a good thing, and it probably makes your movie going experience a lot easier, because a lot of people always want the same thing out of a movie. And so then they watch different movies.
I'm always changing. That means my experiments change it.
How many experiments do you normally run, kid?
They're always changing. I'm changing. My movie viewership is changing. Changing.
We all change.
Good. It's probably a good thing overall.
Q Changes by David Bowie.
Thanks, David. Cole, what do you think about horror movies, thrillers, scary movies, the whole nine yards?
I used to not even go near them because when I was a kid, I went to see the original Transformers.
What?
Good movie. That's not a horror movie.
What
Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Because I went to go see...
There better be a fucking point.
The original Transformers movie at theaters, but then they played, and I was like 8 years old or whatever, and then they played a trailer for like the Body Snatchers or whatever before the movie.
The what?
It was some fucking movie where like you get boils and then zombies come and kill everybody and take you over, and it looked really spooky. But they played it before the Transformers movie, so then I was like, "Mom, I want to go home." She was like, "Oh, all right, I guess we're going home." And then we left, and I didn't touch spooky movies for a while.
Never got to watch Transformers.
So were you...
I did watch it a lot, but I didn't watch it in theaters because I was spooked by that movie, and then I didn't watch horror movies because of that for a long time. But now I love them.
Really?
Yeah. But now they're great.
Why do you love them?
Because I just like being spooked.
I think you are the bravest out of us, too.
What?
Out of us three, when we watch them.
Oh, how? What? Why?
You scream the most, I scream the second most, he screams the least.
Yeah. I get spooked, I just don't scream.
When we were watching the Babadook, I was literally standing up there, away from the TV.
When the dog was dying, I ran up there too.
See, that's what they always do. They always do in horror movies to make the guy seem like, oh shit, he means business. He'll kill a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually kind of true.
No.
Didn't do that in the new Halloween movie.
Spoilers.
Cool.
It's not.
There's also, yeah.
Which I highly recommend both of you see.
Why?
I probably will when it comes out.
Because it's actually really good.
Why?
Michael Myers is great. He's like the most famous horror villain ever.
He's wonderful.
And we didn't really grow up in an age where we got to watch them because I feel like that was a 70s, 80s thing with all those Nightmare on Elm Street movies, Michael Myers, Friday the 13th. That's not our.
They're all getting remade because we have no.
That's
creativity
that's what
left.
our generation gets.
Yeah,
We get the
You know what?
bad remakes.
That's fucking true. Why does our generation get shitty remakes of movies? Fuck us.
Here we go.
Here we go again. But anyway, I like horror movies. I like thriller movies more because I can watch like people get their fucking head chopped off and like their arm lost all day, and I do.
Oh.
But like it doesn't. I don't like when
Is
somebody's
IKEA
arm.
that bad?
It's not scary.
Yeah, but when like somebody's arm get ripped off and they're like, ah, I'm like, cool. But like if there's somebody just sitting in a corner and not doing anything and you just like sort of see them, I'm like, no, please, because the point of a horror movie is you inject yourself in it. You're like, what would I do here? So like when you see somebody's arm get ripped off, you're like, that fucking sucks. But it's when it's a slow, methodical death that's when I get spooked the most, because it's like, I would kill myself before this happened.
Yes.
Do you have any like examples of movies where they've made you feel like, no, I don't want to like even think about being in this situation?
Babadook and that
Really?
one where the monster only walks.
It follows.
It follows,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those, because it's just slow and it's just like the Babadook definitely is spookier, but it's slower. The build-up's more. When they show the villain in the first 10 minutes and he rips off somebody's head, you're like, cool, man. I'm dead by then.
And
so
a lot
who
of the
cares?
slasher movies, like Friday the 13th or the Halloween
It
movies.
was the original Friday the 13th. It wasn't even.
It was like a comedy.
No, but it wasn't even.
Rated R.
No, what's his name? What's the?
Freddy Krueger.
No, that's
Jason?
Nightmare.
Oops.
It wasn't Jason.
Jason Voorhees.
The original Friday the 13th. It wasn't Jason. It was literally Jason's mom.
Well, I was interrupted by you, so thank
Sorry.
you.
Cut to a clip.
In a lot of those like slasher movies, the people are so stupid. In
Oh
them.
yeah, and you just can't relate to them.
And that's just something that comes along with those kind of movies.
Mhm.
But with thrillers, I feel like that doesn't happen as much, and you're like, fuck, I could see, like, if I was in this situation,
Mhm.
that's a decision I would make.
Like
Yeah.
Get Out. Apparently,
Get
Get
Out.
Out. He literally. Part of the reason why he put. That song.
What?
Redbone?
Part of the reason why he put Redbone is there's a line in it that I actually don't remember what the line is. But it's something like.
My peanut butter chocolate cake with Kool-Aid.
That'd be pretty spooky.
We're gonna get trademarked.
We are actually.
Copyrighted.
What is the line? It's like a line.
Justin, there's a lot of lines in that.
I know.
fucking
It's a
song.
line that's something like stay focused, like stay watching, or like
Stay
Stay
woke.
woke.
N-words creeping.
stay woke.
They gonna find ya.
They
Gonna catch you sleeping.
So
Ooh.
stay woke.
The word stay woke was put in there because it was trying to tell the audience these characters will act rationally, and he tried to make the movie so that the characters would act rationally.
And they did.
And they literally did.
And the first time I watched it, spoiler alert, even though we spoil a lot of movies,
Mm-hmm.
but his girlfriend, I did not think she was evil
I
for
thought
a
she was gonna
very
be-
long
yeah.
time until she actually revealed herself. I was like,
I was shook. As
Yeah, I was jumping back and
the
forth.
thing I don't like about it, one of the parts I don't like the brother
Why?
because
Oh,
I feel
the
like he's
drunkard
so he doesn't belong in like the same family. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like he's
Why?
just out of place.
Because like they're all sophisticated, and then he's just this drunk.
That's the point.
Well,
I don't think he fits in.
I also don't like his performance. It doesn't like. I
Why?
just think it's bad.
Why?
It's just not as good as the other ones. It just.
Why?
I just think
Shut
it's
the fuck
bad.
up.
That's why, because he doesn't. I don't like the delivery. I don't like the way he acts. I don't like. that.
So yeah, who was talking? Who am I?
You horror movies. You said they were good.
Yeah, a thriller movies more because I can inject myself into the world more. But yeah, I like them a lot more now, and I'll watch them at night in dark like a true badass.
Namaste.
Um,
Now we go to the biggest pussy of the group.
literally true. I'm actually a huge huge wuss when it comes to spooky movies. I don't like watching them. I only watch them basically because other people either make me or because there's
It's
nothing.
fun to watch them with other people too.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch with other people. But literally most of the time when I watch it, it's because someone else is like, either like, I'll be hanging out with people and they say, we're going to go watch this thing. I'm like, well, I could either literally leave
Or I'll watch it.
or
again
watch the spooky
through my
movie.
hands.
Pretty much. Or it's people like, what do you guys want to watch? And everyone's like, let's watch this. And I don't want to be that one guy who's like, I'm literally going to kill myself if we watch these kinds of movies. So I usually watch them out of necessity. I usually enjoy them because they're kind of cool. But then I usually regret watching them for like a few weeks. Like A good example is us and a group of friends went out to watch a movie. We ended up not watching that one. We ended up watching Hereditary, which was a spooky movie. And
Really? That creeped you out?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you fucking kidding me?
It didn't do anything
So
for me.
I literally could barely watch the end of it. Like, I literally almost left the
That's
theater.
where I was.
And I literally wish I had left the theater.
Hmm.
I wish I hadn't seen the end of that movie.
The ending of the movie was
Yeah.
the least creepy.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like the start was the creepiest. The ending.
No, that
see,
movie like
the
fucked
ending,
me for like 2 weeks.
The ending. That's where then I get disconnected when it just becomes blood and gore and fucking bullshit.
And
And then I'm just like, whatever. I don't care.
The thing about like horror movies and thrillers, I've seen a lot of good. I think I'd say thrillers more than horror movies, but I've seen a lot of great thrillers the past couple of years. Like It. If you know me, I'm a big advocate of that movie. I show it to a lot of people. I've seen it like 8 or 10 times because I just keep showing it to people. Gone Girl, Get Out obviously is an amazing thriller.
Get Out's so
Would you consider Babadook's probably a horror movie
I think it's a horror with.
with a lot of thriller?
You know what I like about thrillers, and this is actually a weird opinion. I like it when I'm told it's a horror movie and then it's not. For example, Get Out. When we watched it, I was told this is a horror movie, so I was constantly
I get that,
waiting
yeah.
for jump scares, and that is actually worse than jump scares. Because you're like, when's the murderer gonna come out of the bushes?
And then nothing happens.
And then it doesn't, so you're left with that feeling the entire time. So I think if I'd been told at the beginning, Get Out is either a thriller or this is just a spooky movie, I'd have been like, okay, cool. But I was told, horror movie produced by this dude, and I was like...
You know a thriller movie's good when they can make the guy running across a lawn at you spooky. That's when you know it's
The
good.
maid in that?
Oh, no.
So creepy.
Very creepy.
From the minute I see her, I'm like,
9.
nope,
Yeah.
nope,
Well, they
no,
used-
no,
they
no,
used,
no, no.
They use frames really well. I think there's one shot where the main focus is here, and then you just, in the blurry outside, you can see her standing there, like, staring. Apparently, they did that in the original Halloween 2. There was a specific scene that was commented on, where it's like these two characters are...
Oh, God bless.
Thank you.
Namaste.
These two characters are talking, and, like, if the camera's filming us, basically, like, right over there,
Yeah.
a car pulls up and then drives away, and it's Michael Myers' car, and there's Michael Myers sitting in it, staring through the window, which was really clever.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
So overall, my opinion of horror movies, I can't really watch them, and I only do it when I'm forced to, because they're too spooky for me, because I'm too much of a pussy.
Another thing I love about
We're back.
horror movies is you see boobs.
Well...
Almost always.
What I like is a lot of the time... No, what I don't like is a lot of the time the boobies are faked out. Like, you think you're going to, and then you never do, and then the girl dies, and you're like, fuck!
Why am I even here?
You're like, well, just turn it off.
But apparently in the second, no, actually, it was either the first or the second Friday the 13th, there's a scene where a girl literally is just like, oh, she's just going swimming, butt naked. And I'm like...
People do that.
People do that.
I know, but it's just... It's fun, it's a humorously obvious insert of titties.
So now that we've talked about like movies that we've liked that are horror movies, or like our just like thoughts on horror movies, like can you think of any movies that really fucked you up and scared you? I'm sure Justin has a lot. Cole, do you have any if you want to?
I'd say not many spook me. A lot will give me like a little, like a shiver, but then I'll forget it the next day, sort of thing. Babadook is probably the one that got me the most.
Really?
That really fucked with all.
Because it's fucking spooky,
That really
man.
fucked with all three of us when we
That one
watched
was
it.
really
It
fucking
was really
spooky.
cleverly done.
Yeah, that's why it was
Especially
spooky.
That kid.
You
I'd
know
kill
why
him.
that movie's good? Well, part of the
They're
reason it's
Australian.
good. And also, they don't use music much in that movie, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, they don't.
There's just a lot of well, they add like spooky like.
That's the neat thing about them, because if you use silence, it's almost as
It's
terrifying
so
as if you
creepier
had
sometimes.
the soundtrack playing. But some of the soundtracks from horror or thriller movies, you're
Are
like,
even better.
fuck, I'm like, I feel more enveloped
no.
into it with the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. A movie I always think about that I got scared of was the third Harry Potter movie.
That spooked me a lot as a kid.
Because I watched it as a
When they're in
kid.
the train.
And remember,
I
I always told you guys, like, I've never watched all the Harry Potter movies. Like, I only watched them last year, all of them. It's because 3 freaked me the
Fucking
fuck
yeah.
out, so I never finished
Also,
the rest of
number
them.
think it's 2 where this spoopy spider shows up.
That is
That
pretty
also
spooky.
Spiders don't scare me.
I don't
I
know.
think-
Babadook was really spooky though.
It was pretty spooky.
I screamed when I watched it in theater, like out loud.
Really.
I didn't scream at all during it.
I found
I
it
just kinda
not
like-
as spooky as a lot of other movies, which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a thriller than a.
Yeah.
It's not a
That's why I
horror
like
movie.
thrillers
Though.
more than horror movies. Because I feel like horror movies, when it's a horror movie, there's gonna be a jump scare. There's gonna be some cliche fucking bullshit. But with thrillers, they can be a lot more creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horror movies are just kind of a set thing, and that you know what's gonna happen. Thriller movies, they go, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you're confused. That's what makes it good. What were we talking about before?
The movies that spooked you.
So,
No,
Babadook
Babadook.
for you. What for you, kid?
So also the Babadook, I guess you could say, it follows.
That was
It honestly, like, it made me. I thought about it a lot of days after. Like, what would I do if I was in that situation?
Yeah.
So
I love movies that do that.
maybe not like when I watched it, I was like, okay, whatever. But after, I kept thinking like, fuck, that would be a creepy thing to happen.
That would fucking suck. That's the thing about those movies is you insert yourself, so then you think about it more. And when it gets to you, you're like, whoa, what would I do? What about you? Every movie you ever watched?
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Toy
Yeah.
Story 1, 2, 3.
I couldn't stand Toy Story 2. The chicken got to me.
I haven't watched it in a while.
So I would say Hereditary and Get Out for 2 totally different reasons. So Hereditary, literally, wish I hadn't finished watching it. Didn't watch about 50% of the last 5% of the movie because I literally wouldn't watch the screen because I'm so spooked.
Spooky boy.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, it was just. I wanted to die. I wanted to die. It was so scary. Hereditary was just a lot of spooky stuff, but Get Out was kind of weirdly different because there were just a few scenes that were so well done. I was like,
Fuck.
I'm gonna kill myself. And I think the one that I remember the most out of all the really scary scenes was there's a scene where there's all these people talking, and then the dude goes upstairs to talk to his girlfriend. He walks up the stairs, and as soon as he hits the top floor, they all instantly stop talking. And I was like,
9.
nope.
Yeah.
And it's because, again, I didn't actually know. The funny thing is, and this is part of what I like about Get Out, unfortunately it doesn't have the best rewatchability. It has good rewatchability, but not the best, because once you know why they stop talking, I'm like, oh, they stopped because he's the victim, they don't really care about what they're saying. But that first time he went up the stairs, I'm like, literally, why did all these fucking people stop talking?
Have you seen Get Out more than once?
Yeah, I think
Only once.
thrice for me.
Me and Lewis, my friend Lewis, we've watched the director's commentary, and he does a commentary for the whole movie, and after that, you still appreciate it as much as the first time you watch it, because there's so many little details that he explains in the commentary that you're like, holy shit.
I don't know, this is a bit of a side tangent. I don't know how I feel about having details explained. Because
To like a minute degree or just in general?
in any kind of degree. Because if the details are good, shouldn't I notice them? Like, yeah, you can explain all the details you want, and I'll go, you are a clever lad. But if they're truly important details, I would have noticed them. That being said, a lot of the time, of course you don't notice the details, but your mind does. I don't remember the quote, but I think it's actually a quote from a dude who did a video actually on SpongeBob, which is the video I sent you guys that you didn't watch. And he says
The
something
creepiest
like,
show.
he says something like, you didn't hear that, but your brain did.
Jesus.
And it's the, are you okay?
Sorry.
Like,
Very dirty. I'm noticing with thousands of lights pointing at me, so I'm like, holy fuck.
Well, you're a dirty boy.
Very dirty boy.
and it's the idea of, a lot of the time these things are like, oh, this dynamic, bear with me, this dynamic, like, theme of the protagonist and the foil and the antagonist and all these things, we think of it, it's a little bit dumb when you boil it down like in English class. but you don't think it's dumb when you're watching a good show versus a bad show. And you're not sure what the difference is. You're just kind of like, I don't know, this other show, I just don't like it. Once you boil it down, you realize it's the minute details.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure how I feel about it being explained to you. I'm like, I should just feel those things. Yeah, you can tell me, well, you see in this scene, the walls were blue because this like, I should have noticed that. So I'm torn on whether or not details are a good thing.
I think it depends how much you rewatch it.
Yeah.
Because I think eventually you'll start noticing that stuff. Because when you first watch it, you're not looking for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're just observing the movie, taking it in stride. The second time,
You don't know what's happening.
you're just looking for things that you might have missed. And I like a movie that when you rewatch it, you can get a lot out of it. The Shutter Island is my example of that.
You should rewatch that.
The more times I've rewatched it, I'm like, oh, that's that. That's there. That's that.
I think Fight Club's a good one. It's not a horror movie, but that's a good one where you watch it over and you're like, oh, that's why he isn't real there. That's why, spoiler, he isn't real there, blah, blah, blah.
And a lot of side tangent about Fight Club. So Fight Club is one of my top 5 movies ever. I adore it.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of people get it because after the twist, it's like, oh, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as special with the twist.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, it's still fucking awesome!
What I think I love about Fight Club is the twist is so completely fucking absurd.
Yeah, you're like, why?
Even by comparison to the bizarrety of the rest of the movie, because let's say even without the twist, the movie's a little bit strange. You know, it's about, well, I kind of understand the idea of like expressing your raw male aggression, but it's still kind of weird, especially the idea that it then spread across America.
Brad Pitt's just fucking insane
The
in
twist
it.
is so completely, absolutely fucked.
Don't sneeze.
I'm good. It was close.
The twist is so absolutely fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool.
Plus, look at those cum gutters.
Yeah. Is that all we want to talk about? Horror movies? That kind of generalized?
Let's just go watch a horror movie this season.
Yeah.
Tis the season. Just
But
get
make sure it's a good
spooked.
What do you
one.
think is a good starter?
What?
To horror?
To horror that's not too spooky, but that's fine. I'd say It Follows is a good start.
I was gonna say It.
That's a good one. Justin?
I would literally just say,
SpongeBob.
Get Out.
No, but
I would literally say Get Out just because I want more people to watch Get Out.
Yeah.
You should watch that
I
movie.
feel
It's
like
really
a lot
good.
of people watched it.
all 10 of you watching,
Yeah.
watch it.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna choose the first one this time because Ryan chose the first
Is
one
this
last
the
time.
movie?
Yes.
Good.
I'm gonna win.
Probably.
5 words, right?
Yeah.
8 or less. I want to try and do one word, but we'll get to that.
I dare you.
I'll do it.
You don't have what it takes.
I declare a thumb war.
How slow?
Pile, Snowball, Joker.
Batman and Robin?
No.
I don't know. Joker.
I have no idea.
Pile, Snowball. Fucking Skyfall? They're on a mountain.
No.
No idea.
Really?
No fucking idea.
Alright.
Joker? Like,
So I'll make it 4 words. Private Pile, Private Snowball. Oh, you guys are dumb.
fucking idea.
Alright, I'll make it some sort of sentence then.
No, it's just no one gets it.
You could
Drop
drop
it.
the
Trained
last
in base, then Vietnam.
part. Apocalypse Now?
Close.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yes!
Sn-
Those are the names of the main people. Private Snowball, Private Pile, and Private Joker.
That's people from the movie. You're not supposed to do that.
That movie was ass. Why would I remember that?
True, the movie wasn't great.
Okay, the first
not
half was fine. The second half was weird. And then
Yeah. Every movie about Vietnam, the second half goes, you're like, what?
Vietnam war movies, they're fucked
They're
compared to
fucking
other war
crazy.
Kind of
movies.
bizarre.
Because
Yeah.
World War II movies, you're like, okay, just do this.
Oh, I'm out of water.
Vietnam, you're just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And there's always a song by Jimi Hendrix in it.
Have you heard of the production for Apocalypse Now?
Yeah, it was
It
fucking
was
hell.
fucking crazy. People wanted to like kill
did they
themselves
fly
while
to
doing it.
Vietnam?
I think they were actually there, and there was like a war that was breaking it. It was the Vietnam.
Oh, Francis Ford Coppola.
Cold of the House Asbel.
You took so long.
I know.
Okay. Horses arrive at dawn.
Until Dawn? Breaking Bad?
Something Planet of the Apes.
No.
Horses arrive at dawn. Something that's true, huh?
They ride horses in Planet of the Apes.
Oh, Lord of the Rings. Any 3 of them? Does that count?
The Two Towers.
Oh no, piss on you.
He's
No,
specified.
no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's dumb. Because he wouldn't have guessed or hadn't said Lord of the Rings and you had nodded. Therefore, you should have said, no, that's not specific enough.
The kid gets it. The kid gets it.
Break it in half.
You can't give us each half a point! I could have just
Put
named
0.5
all
in the
3 of them.
comments.
No, that's dumb.
The kid gets
I couldn't have
it.
just named all. I could have just said 1, 2, or 3.
You
and then
could have,
would've-
but you weren't fast enough.
When you work.
You weren't fast enough. Eat me.
Eat me.
Mexico dude in flip flops.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Sicario.
Drugs.
Yeah.
That
I
weird.
actually thought it was No Country for Old Men because he ends up walking to the border of Mexico, I think.
No, but there's that guy who wears flip flops in the movie.
No, I believe you, but like.
Fuck you.
Mexico.
Well, I'm gonna take this one because apparently you guys are dumb.
Mexico.
I don't know if this is like just a dumb way of wording this, but like really good World War II movie. I'm gonna count World War II as one word, so really good World War II
Schindler's
movie.
List.
Yeah, that easy.
Saving Private Boy.
You could have memed it. And
Also,
you did
definitely should have gotten the full point. Just saying.
I mean, fuck you.
I mean, fans vote for who should get the full point, Ryan or Justin.
Definitely me.
Editor, you decide.
That doesn't make sense. You're just gonna decide yourself. You're the editor.
Wolfers Balkwit. Wolfers Balkwit.
Revenant.
I literally had it on my tongue, but oh well.
Good.
And then
There's
is
also
that it?
words.
No. That,
Brian needs to go.
does he?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I
I
started.
won,
yeah,
but-
because I started.
Yeah, you won. But
Maybe I can get a point.
Shitty Star Wars movie.
Last Jedi.
Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5,
I
number
mean,
6,
you're
number
wrong with the first 3 things you said,
He's
so.
an idiot.
7. Fair enough.
I
Well,
got like 4, so.
well, you got like 3 and a half. You should have gotten 3.
4.
It's over.
I want a
This is
thick. I
democracy,
want a thick one.
dictatorship.
Yes, please make more of a rattling sound.
Okay.
So bad.
Welcome back.
How does that make you feel?
They probably can. Hopefully.
They definitely can.
Yeah, they can.
You are getting married and you want an absolutely awesome bachelor
Holy
party.
shit!
What movie character do you choose to plan it?
The planet.
Oh,
Who's planning your bachelor party?
the Joker.
Are you fucking insane?
So, like, the fucking criminals are coming to your wedding?
Which Joker?
Any of them. Probably Heath Ledger, though.
Are
No.
you fucking kidding me?
Yes!
Justin's getting arrested at his wedding.
Okay, who would I actually want to plan it who would be really cool?
I'd say
Oh, Gandalf!
yeah!
God, no! He'd be so fucking
would be
lit!
There'd be some good fireworks.
Done. That was actually the easiest.
It was pretty good.
You guys can answer whatever you
I'd say
want.
Deadpool.
Are you kidding me?
It's the first one that came to mind, so I'm going with Deadpool.
Well, because Wade Wilson, he's a little crazy, but if you ask him to plan your, he's not just gonna like bring firearms and kill people.
That'd be-
If you ask the character of Deadpool, who's Wade Wilson, he'd probably just plan a really lit party. I actually kind of understand that.
It'd be like cocaine though.
Yes, but you don't have to partake in that, and it would be a lit party.
I'm gonna say Captain America.
It'd be really boring.
I am boring though. Like I don't like drinking or anything like that, so just put some Mario Kart
You
on.
probably put.
Captain America drinks.
Yeah, but he wouldn't make.
But it
Like
doesn't-
Tony Stark could be like.
But there's a scene in the movie where he says it doesn't affect him.
So, because I think Captain America, he's just so considerate. He'd do a great one.
You probably have like this.
He'd
cool,
get to know me.
You have this nice little old timey wedding.
Yeah, that's fair.
But wedding. This is a bachelor party.
Shit.
Close enough.
And he might bring the Avengers. Who's you get Cable
Fine. The guy from Django.
and the old
Which guy from
Christoph
Django?
Waltz.
the
mean
Candy Man?
Candyman.
You want this man?
Yes.
You what?
Which one is it? Which one?
Which one are you pointing at? Candyman?
I was
Yeah.
pointing at this big boy here.
The Doctor?
Yeah, the doctor.
The Doctor is pretty
He'd be
cool.
good. Candyman.
Oh, I need to rewatch this movie.
Mhm.
Can I borrow it?
No,
Please.
absolutely not. And what you do
Okay,
is
do you want to talk about your answers more, or is that a?
Oh, okay. No, I'll talk about my answer because mine was kind of brief, but it's because it was brief because it was so good. So
Fix it.
I would pick Gandalf because Gandalf is really cool, knows an enormous number of people, literally has magic, has fireworks, and has clearly planned and executed good parties before.
He does party with the hobbits a lot. He'd fucking smoke up a boat for you.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I think Gandalf would be an amazing party planner.
I can't believe you said the Joker.
Yeah,
And that was a meme and a half.
Psycho.
So was Deadpool, but I'm switching it to.
No, I actually think Deadpool would not be a terrible. Other than you did mention drugs, and that would be kind of nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Because he would actually. Because
He's a bit insane.
he's a bit crazy.
He also
And
knows some
he's-
sketchy people, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's done coke in the movies, so. Yeah, that might be a bit. Nice.
Let us know who you would want to plan your bachelorette party.
Well, there you go. That was episode 6, the Spookalicious episode.
Episode 6.
Yeah,
We
episode
want-
666.
We want to wish you a happy Halloween, trick or treat,
Merry Christmas.
and
Bye.
Happy Hanukkah. Bye.
be safe on the streets. Don't trust.
Looking up the
The
body
band comes up with a
snatchers.
band.
Don't trust anyone.